we cannot see us being together in the future without it. Yeah. It's like moving forward, like we're always gonna have anime in our lives.
Like involved,
yeah,
exactly.
Even when I'm like 60,
yeah, I'm still
just wrinkly and 60, we're gonna have Itasha, right?
Yeah. Hi everybody, I'm Mario.
I'm Chelsea.
And this is our story of how we met for the Tonikawa Crunchyroll competition.
Tonikawa contest! So how we met is at a local grand opening for a store called Rick and Rick Otaku Cafe. They only had like convention booths before, and they finally got to open like a physical store of their own. So I went with my older brothers and a couple of friends. He comes up, and this is his grand pickup line. Who's that guy you're with?
And it worked.
It worked in the sense that now we're dating, but I just told him, it's like, oh, like that was my older brother. And he's like, oh, okay. And so I'm shopping. What were you doing?
I was shopping.
And
looking for people to be friends with.
Be friends with.
Yeah. I asked her, do you know what Itasha is? And she was like, yeah, I do. And I was like, oh, really? And then so I started talking to her about that. And pretty much Itasha is where you wrap your car with anime, like anime design. And she was like, oh, I can help you do that if you want. And I was like, really? And so pretty much after then, we just kept in contact because I wanted her to design the car for me.
But at the time he was working at the post office, and like we would just like send messages back and forth because he couldn't talk that much. I was sending him like, you know, the mock-ups for the design, showing him like, oh, like this is what I was thinking, and I would show him like the hood and maybe like the sides and stuff, and like he really liked them. And I think that to me, I was like, oh, cool, like somebody likes my work, right? And eventually he ended up actually getting the design printed and installed on his car, and so he has that now. Rick and Rick has been open for almost 6 years now, so that's how long ago I've known this guy. And it only took us a couple of months to start dating, so it was like 3 months in that we kind of made it official.
Yeah, that's when I got my car done as well, around that time after we finished the project essentially. And so I think like in the end, just being together is isn't more about like what you like, or you know, who's your best girl, who's your best husbando, right? Or what's a good anime, what's a bad anime. It's more of just like being able to enjoy all these things like without holding back.
Yeah, because like we've heard from, you know, other friends or whoever that might be dating somebody right now, and even with family members, I think people have to like hide how much they like anime or things like that. And I feel like it's so important to be able to be 100% with the person that you're with. And like I found that in Mario, right? Like we can do everything together. We watch anime together, we cosplay together, we did all the Itasha stuff together, and now we're, you know, doing all these things for the anime community, and we just kind of like push each other to be better. And I feel like that's what's kind of keeping us going and keeping us being together.
I mean, as far as like cosplaying and the Itasha thing, we also spent a lot of our like income just like buying anime goods. Like we support like official goods that gets released, like, you know, like wall scrolls or figures or keychains. I even have like my own like Ita bag. We both created one where it's like you put a lot of the characters on a see-through bag and just show like your love for your waifu or husbando. So that's pretty cool. And we also have our own like anime room in our house that we just have lots of you know, like manga, doujin, like posters.
Like we moved in together a couple of years ago. It's been more than a couple.
Like
it's been like 3 or 4 years now. And I think we both were in agreement, like we have to have like a room that is displaying like all the anime stuff. Because we like more than just anime and video games and stuff like that. Like we also really enjoy like Japanese artist, illustrator culture. So we like to attend Winter Comiket or like Summer Comiket, hopefully in the future.
And we also follow like a lot of the seiyuu. Like, you know, like her favorite is Yoshisuke, the freaking guy from Kirito, and whenever he talks, it's always just like, oh. I don't have a favorite one in particular.
No, you like Tokisora.
Yeah,
Took
I like
place
her.
around.
She's funny.
Yeah, so there's just a lot of things that we can kind of like have fun with together. I'm not sure if I would have ever met somebody that's as deep into it. And it was really just a chance meeting, right? Like, sometimes you worry if like, oh, like this person likes anime, but maybe they don't like it as much as I do, or something like that.
Or their taste might be different, you know, like their best girl is actually like
Worst girl.
trash. Like, I like mommy, you know?
I don't like mommy. If you're watching Rent a Girlfriend,
Mommy's best girl.
he likes mommy, and I have to live with this. I like Chizuru. I might be basic. I don't know. I like her. Chizuru is relatable. Also, like, if we're gonna talk about like relatable anime, right? Like Tonikawa, because this contest is about Tonikawa. Like, the part that was really realistic or like relatable is like when they were talking about getting wedding rings, because like the two of us are not married, even though we live together, right? But we are like looking for rings together, and I think that ring shopping part was like really relatable. Price range and like what kind do you want? Yeah.
Last year, during winter, we decided to go to Japan for a vacation with some of our Itapara car club members. And so we all went over Christmas and New Year's, like a couple weeks. And that's where we like bought a lot of stuff. We went to Winter Comiket. And then what also happened was that we actually went to see a Love Live concert. Love Live is an important part of our life. That's how we got together and how we connected together. And so when we were able to actually go to the concert, that was one of the biggest moments in our lives. Like, whenever they play the song Snow Halation, all the light sticks in the concert hall,
yeah.
They go from this like blue/white, because it goes from blue and white to like all orange. And like, I didn't really know when would be the perfect time to like propose to Chelsea during our Japan trip. I just didn't know when. And I guess when we went to the concert during that Snow Halation change where it gets all quiet and everything changes, I felt like that was the best part to do so, and I don't regret it. Like, it was like the best moment of my life, essentially.
Yeah, and we obviously, because we're at a concert, right? Like, there was no ring. Like, he didn't bring a ring or buy a ring. Like, he didn't buy a ring in Japan or bring one with him. It's expensive, right?
The Tonikawa thing.
Yeah, it's expensive. Like, I don't expect him to bring that along in luggage. And so, like, during the concert, when this is actually kind of funny, when he kneeled down the first time, I thought that he was, like, having trouble. I was like, oh my God, are you okay? I know, I thought he was, like, passing out because it was so emotional. But he was actually like trying to get ready, right? And so the first time I like helped him get up from his kneeling position, but he did it another time, and he had these light sticks, the pen lights that you have at concerts. He had one that was pink and one that was red, and that's Nico and Maki's colors. And so he handed those to me as he proposed, and I was like, well, that's cute, right? Like, and like, so of course I said yes, and we were all like hugging and stuff, like in the middle of the concert hall, like, and there's people behind us, and I was like, dang, like that must have been awkward. But I think they understood what was going on, right? And but I think in that moment you don't really notice other people, so
it really felt like it was just like
it was like
the whole concert.
Yeah, it was like
it was just us. Like, to me, that's how it felt.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'm Mario.
And I'm Chelsea.
And I hope you'll let us tie the knot with Tonikawa. After I got my car wrapped, I actually asked San Japan, a local anime convention, if I can display my car there. And luckily, like, the con head said that it was fine. And he thought it was an interesting concept. So when we went there, I was the only one that had my car.
Yeah, our friend Taylor, we didn't know him yet.
Yeah, he asked me, like, oh, can I get something done? And then that was her first commission from another person that wasn't me or her car. And that's what started, like, the whole Setsuna design.
Now we've involved, like, friends and
family.
And we have a car group.
Yeah, Itapara is the car group that we have. But it's just a bunch of friends who just watch anime together. We just hang out when we can, you know.